Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is PA Bow Hunter, and what I've done is, it's a beautiful day, Easter Sunday, April 5th. And what I'm doing is, I decided to take a hike out in the woods when it's not inclement weather, do a little show and tell with my field packs and my first aid pack, of course, from Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. Maybe a little bushcraft while we're at it, depends. Anyway, right here, as you can see, is kind of thick, and it's like, huh. Now, in a shit hit the fan scenario, where would you go? I mean, really. Now there's water behind me, and I've got water purification, and even without water purification tablets or chemicals or activated charcoal, I still know how to do it. Question is, how many people out there do? I'll give you a hint. You need 2 containers and something to use as a wick. What you do is you fill 1 container up with water, take your wick, it could be a shirt that you cut a strip off of, anything cloth, and the cleaner obviously the better. So you put it in the container filled with water all the way to the bottom, and then you take the other equal half and you put it in the other empty container, and over a period of time that water will transfer from one container to the other, and it will be semi-clean. I say semi because you'll still have to boil it. Now this is a good area for deer. On my way into the woods, I spotted 4. One was a 4-point buck that still had both antlers, which kind of surprised me, because usually by this time they're usually gone. Now this right here looks like it'd make a good spot, you know, to see. You got all those vines and everything right there, and right underneath there's like a little dome. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit, get a better picture of it. And yeah, you could, you know, possibly use that, put you some more up, you know, have a little opening, take some of this leaf litter and some of the deadfalls and make you, you know, some walls with insulation, all that. But I wouldn't choose it because you're coming down off the top of a hill and you're right in the middle of a game trail. So, and this game trail you're going to want to keep clear of because you're going to need food. And this is where you want to either hunt or set traps. So I'm going to pause this for now, because what I want to do is I want to go up the hill and see if I can't find another spot. And always remember, you want to take the easiest route possible when you're traveling over uneven or rough terrain. Same thing the animals do. So I'll get back with y'all here in a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, I found my spot. It's a little bowl, okay, and as you can see, now gonna have to clean it out down here in the bottom. But the reason I like this is because the way the swell is, if you're looking downhill, nobody's going to see you. Nobody is going to see you. Now this is where, if this is in end of the world as we know it, without rule of law, you hit the fan or whatever, you're not going to want to be detected. So I would choose this spot. Now, like I said, you have to be cleaned out a little bit. Lots of wood around, so fire wouldn't be an issue, but keeping it undetectable would. So you'd want to use the driest material you could find. What I'm doing is anything that would be uncomfortable on the back, I'm getting rid of. Now I'm not taking down these fallen timbers right here because I want it to look as natural as possible. Alright, and I'm walking on it. I don't feel anything that's going to stab me in the back and cause me distress or a whole lot of physical, you know, discomfort. So now, if I'm going to make a bed so I can stay here, these leaves, this leaf litter, makes a good cushion. But I'm not just going to put my sleeping bag or anything else like that flat on the ground. What I will do, however, all right, is take some construction grade trash bags. All right. Now these have a lot of uses. All right. And besides being a ground sheet, okay. Now obviously, I would take them and I would cut them to where they were double in width than what they are. Oh, sorry about that, finger hit the zoom button. Anyway, I would cut them and make them double their width. This way my sleeping bag would fit right on top of it. So now I've got 2 to 3 inches, maybe 4 inches of leaf litter, nice and soft. I've got construction grade trash bags between my sleeping bag and the leaf litter. I've also got an insulating barrier between me and the ground, so I'm not going to get wet, and the heat my body generates will stay above and not be absorbed by any cold in the earth. Now, construction grade trash bags have a lot of uses. If you're caught in the rain and you don't have a raincoat, what you can do is you cut a hole in the top for your head, obviously, and through your and the sides for your arms. Now what you do is you put your field packs on, or anything else that you want to keep dry, put that on over it. Also, construction grade trash bags is good for moisture. You set it out, have a concave in the bottom, all right, morning dew or even a light rain, you can catch water, and then of course, you know, again, boil it if you don't have any other means to purify. So there's a little life tip, safety tip, survival tip, whatever, however you want to call it, for construction grade trash bags. Now, I really don't want to start a fire because I don't need to. But what else do I have out here? Well, I have 3 packs, and each one can stand alone, or they work well with each other. Like this pack here, all right, I've got my 9-in-1 tool. There's a shovel, a small axe, and a couple other things in there. Of course, my machete, my water. I got a Brita water bottle purifier. Hold on, let me get this open. There is, this cup is great, by the way. Walmart, $4.99. And it's already been field tested. Put it on the fire, it can boil, and by grabbing the handles, they're just, you can pick them up with your bare hands, cool as ice. No need to worry about gloves or getting burned. So there's that. Now this is a mixture of fire starter with coal in it, charcoal in it. Okay, I mean, and it starts really, really quick. There's some fire sticks. All right, of course, I've got different means to create fire. I've got wet fire, of course. I've got this all-purpose, and I got it free on the internet. Guy said, hey, fill this out, get it free, and I did. All right, now, in this side, Ziploc bags, okay? And here, I'm gonna have to put this down a minute. There we go. All right. In here, oh, we've got all kinds of things. Now, this is your bug out insect repellent, ticks, fleas, you know, biting, stinging insects you don't want to be bothered with. And of course, there's water purification. Here's my trilene, all right, in case I want to put a trout line out or try and fish or even set a small snare. There's part of my life straw. And of course, there's my cable saw. And then, let's see, that's all there's. Oh, lighter again. Again, always have several sources of fire. Now these right here, they can be used for anything. You can take paracord and you can use them to help you make a shelter or protection from the weather. Okay, now here have a sewing kit, of course, your mask for particulates and chemicals. Hold on a minute. Takes 2 hands. All right. All right, another set of latex gloves, again in a Ziploc bag. Ziploc bags are the bomb. They keep everything small and compressed, which is what you want, especially when you're the one that's got to carry it. Now, when you see all these packs, you're like, good God, how can he carry all them? Well, I can't. And the thing of it is, I have a sled. It is a jet sled. It's a full-size jet sled, and everything fits in there just nicely. So, you know, I carry one on my back, and then the rest are in the jet sled because I want to keep my hands free. Because if it's one of those, you know, I got to get out quick or I have to get away quick, I want my hands free for weapons. Now, besides water, okay, right there, simply balanced. And then, of course, carry some daily cleanse, because for a while your diet might be irregular and you don't want to be. Now, here's some tea. There's some hot chocolate, chicken and beef bouillon cubes, okay, and of course another cleanse. Now here is a vitamin pack, all right, and then again, of course, I've got foods. Now, I don't have it with me, but I do carry a set. I have a complete camp cook set from Coleman, all right. There's soups again. Now everything in here, you'll notice, is, you know, full of carbs and protein. All right, and what this is meant to do, this isn't meant to be my mainstay. It's just meant to tide me over until I can actually procure fresh food by hunting, fishing, or whatever means I need to. So that's just in that one pack. All right, and that's, you say, well, that doesn't really look like a whole lot. Well, actually, it's a lot more than what you think, because there's, all right, here's my, I'm going to open up the second pack. All right, well, you know what, before I do that, I might want to put all this stuff away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repack this first one, and again, I have a flashlight on there. Here's a spotting scope on here for spotting game or to see if I'm being followed or chased or whatever. And then right here, okay, I have this little pack, multivitamins, Band-Aids, you know, in case you get cut or stung and you don't have really time to stop and clean. So, I mean, that's real handy. All this that you see is what I had purchased from Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. And some of the things I added, you know, it's a matter of personal choice, preference, and taste. But the machete, the 9-in-1 tool, you know, these came from, because see, you got a little axe in here, you got a little shovel in here, and you know, you got all the things, and they all just go on the end of this because this slides out. But all of this right here, again, like I said, comes from Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness, and they went above and beyond, because as you can see, you know, mossy oak, field and stream. Never heard of tiger hawk until these people, but I've had it out in the rain. I survived in February in a really bad snowstorm in the mountains of Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania. And I would have survived, but it had been really rough, and it was really okay because I was prepared. So let me get this packed up, and then we'll go into the other packs. Now, this pack I just emptied has miscellaneous things in it, but it complements the first pack. Again, this granulated fire starting material, which you can start with either fire, ferro rod, and again, alternate means to start a fire. I got wet fire in here, again, compressed in a Ziploc bag, a lighter, waterproof matches, deep woods off. Here's attractant for deers. You know, there's fire sticks. more water purifier, matches, fire sticks, wet fire. This right here is a container that has my P51 and P38 in it. More cleanse, file, more nitrile gloves. These right here are awesome. You can do anything with them. Camo stuff, you know, to build a blind and try and get game. And then of course serving string. I have several bows, so this, as well as used for survival in the outdoors and for bushcraft, you need them for your bows. So if you don't have any, I would suggest not only do you have some for your regular bow maintenance and tuning and stuff like that, but also for survival. And that's what was in this Field and Stream pack. And of course, you know, I've got this larger can opener, which is too big to go in there, but you just can't have enough. And of course, I've got this old funky multi-knife, and what's nice is there's fish and stuff here in the handle. So again, I can set trout line and make little snares for rabbits, squirrels, and small game and such. So between these two packs, you know, I've got enough food, I've got enough water, and of course I've got water purification means. I don't have it here on camera, but I pour it in a Brita bottle, then I pour it in this one. So right now my Brita bottle is full, and when this one depletes, I'll just dump it into here and refill the purifying bottle. This way I've always got water. Now the rule of thumb is a gallon of water per adult per day. But that's not entirely accurate because it depends on how much activity and exertion you're putting out. Now I've got these neoprene gloves, and again, camo head top, you know, do-rag, whatever you want to call, and then I got the face mask. I've got another one right here, light digital, and then I've got just regular everyday leather work gloves. Because last thing you want to do is be in a grid down situation, or you know, world without rule of law, or end of the world as we know it, or shit hit the fan, or however you want to put it, you know, and get hurt and sick. So, you know, your health and safety is always paramount to your survival. So that's, you know, pack number 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this all repacked up. And I can't say enough about keeping construction, you know, contractor grade trash bags. If it's cold out, you slip your sleeping bag inside, and that will increase your temperature another 10 degrees. So, you know, you can make a tent out of it. You can do a tarp shelter. You know, just take like some of these trees here. You just go ahead and, you know, take them up, you know, tie them with your paracord, and then have that go over the top, you know, and then cover it on the sides with leaf litter, starting at the bottom and working your way up. And that'll give you, now you've got insulation as well as waterproofing. So anyway, let me get this put away, and then I can show you the medical kit. Alright, this is my medical kit. And on this side I have dental floss, I have 2 survival blankets, I have a bottle of alcohol, I have a bottle of peroxide, and I've got another dental floss. Dental floss has so many uses. It's always better to have more, and no matter how much you got, it's not enough. And then on these 2 outside, I've got my bite and bee sting kit, and again I've got more nitrile gloves. And as you'll notice in all these packs, there's gloves, because you never know what or who you're going to run into. There's all kinds of critters out there, 2-legged, 4-legged. Alright, now we come to this pouch, and this is where it gets really good, because, and again, all of this is provided by Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. Here's that. There's Scentaway deodorant, maxi pads, eye wash, more maxis, and another one. Okay, now the maxi pads, if you're married or have teenage girls, yeah, they're going to come in handy, but they also have good use as bandages. Now in here you have different tinctures, thieves oil, you've got these calming oils, You've got tea tree oil that's uncut. You've got skin Carta blend, 2 to 4 drops over affected area 2 to 4 times a day. You've got, well, like I said, thieves oil. I'm a believer. I really am, because let's see, then you got oregano for respiratory and other and digestive. Now all of this comes, and then of course you've got these different ACE bandages. Now all these oils, and there's salves in there because there's some lip balm in there, and of course if anybody that's been out in extreme cold knows, if you're a skier or whatnot, you get chapped lips, and well, you'd really rather have it than not. Now the thing of that is, all of these are made by the good people at Positive Energy, and of course I've got these right here because they've got a number of uses. But everything is natural. There's no byproducts. Now NyQuil I put in there, and again there's more food. Petroleum jelly I put in there, but petroleum jelly is good at helping starting fires as well. Yeah, always got to have the food, because one thing you're going to need protein and carbs no matter what. So there's that. And then of course in here I got more bandages, tape, and of course in my other pack you see I had tape. All right, more ACE bandages, and of course there's your light stick, more tape. All right, and this right here, that is your CPR shield. All right, more fire. Notice 3 things a human needs more than anything. All right, food, water, shelter, and heat. So, and then there's a rolled wire splint. All right, and then of course all these packs contain thermal blankets. Thermal blankets can also be used if you're going to build an emergency shelter out in the woods. These bandages are on the outside, and all they are is they're velcroed on there. I just unsnap the velcro, boom, I'm ready to go. So I've got everything in what I hope would be the order that it would be needed. And of course here is more bandages. Okay, and as well as if you haven't had a Red Cross CPR or first aid course, then I suggest that you train somebody, or better yet, train yourself. Okay, and this book does a pretty good job of it. Got butterfly bandages in here. You've got wound seal, all right, stops bleeding. Got a bandana, more emergency blankets, more bandages, more nitrile gloves, sanitizer, again, good for starting fires. There's Aleve, there's elderberry, great if you get a cold or a flu, and I know that from first-hand experience. You've got antibiotics in here, ointments, you got lens cleaning wipes, different size bandages, you've got burn salve, you got wet ones to wash your hands, okay, and again, waterproof matches. And then bandanas, they have 1,001 use. Then of course got these large bandages for trauma. All right, this right here, these were Aleve pills. Now that was the cap to my NyQuil, but it's bit the dust I see. Okay, and then of course I have here's some more Aleve in a bottle. There's some Gold Bond. I've got moleskins in here somewhere. More sanitizer. Okay, larger bandages, and then different size band-aids and wipes, okay, sanitation wipes. All right, and these, like I said, and this is all of that has come from Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. Now these are just 3 packs. I have a fanny pack that has, it's camo, and it has camo suspenders, and again that is from Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. It has all different kinds. Now I only use it if I'm going out on a day trip like hunting or fishing, and I put in the different pouches what I'm going to need or what I think I need. I have a regular pack set up for hunting. That's got all my scent lures, my deer calls, things of that nature. So this right here is just part of what I got, and again, there's no way I could carry it all. So I invested in a jet sled, and they're relatively inexpensive. You can order them online from Cabela's or just about anywhere, Dick's, Dunham's, Bass Pro Shop, and Gander Mountain. So whichever is closer and more convenient. Now, I've been accused of being a tinfoil hat wearer, which is fine, but every time power has gone out, there's been shortages, I have done just fine because I'm prepared. There's water purification, there's fire, there's food, there's heat. So, and I have the means to make shelter if I get caught somewhere out without shelter, and that's happened to me. And again, if it wasn't for the good people at Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness, it would have been really, really rough. As it was, I was very comfortable. So all I can say, you know, this is PA bow hunter. I don't know people's mindset, and all I can say is it's always good to be prepared. Don't go by other people's bug out bags, preparedness lists, because their needs might not be the same as yours, and don't try and plan for somebody else because you never know. They might need special medicines, special equipment, or you don't know. And then of course, if you have significant other and children, talk to the mom and wife, okay? Because they'll know more about them kids than most men. And that's not trying to be ignorant or anything, but you know, Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness, I can't say enough about them. Very reasonable, and with everything you see here, like this medical bag. Now, for the cost of it compared to others, this is top of the line. I mean, I've seen them as much as $200, and you only get, you know, stuff for 2 people for 3 days. This right here, I'm good for a long time. That is, unless I help a bunch of people, then I've got to figure out a way to replenish it. But I've done that as well. I've you know, booked up, stocked up, however you want to put it, on materials and supplies. So I would heartily recommend, I guess you could call this my review of, you know, Positive Energy Emergency Preparedness. I went through a very rough winter with them. I went through a hunting season with them, and I can give them 2 thumbs up. I can give them 5 stars. And I would heartily recommend that if you haven't gotten in touch with them yet, that you do so soon before it's too late. Because if the grid goes down, then good luck. And if you're one of those that, well, the government's going to take care of me, I would say take a minute to pause and think to yourself, what if? With everything that's going on in the world, look around you, look what's happening overseas, look what's happening to the economy. So all I can say is, if you think the government's going to take care of you, good luck. What I've done is I've taken a bunch of deadfall, dead limbs, and I just formed them up like this. Now, this has a couple of potential uses. Now, I can use this as a hunting blind if I have to get my own food in an emergency situation. All right, deer, turkey, or what other game comes by. Or I can close it in on 3 sides, a little short side, and then the back. And now I've got basically a Swedish shelter. Now, because it's not winter time and there's not going to be extreme temperatures, I put up this right here, and as you can see, it's 3-sided. I don't know how good this camera's going to show it, but it's 3-sided. Now, I'm not going to need a really big fire, and if I'm trying not to draw attention, I'm going to dig this out right here, make a little pit. All right, and then I'll get me a fire going in here, and then after it's going, just keep enough, you know, wood on there, dry wood, to keep coals. Now, what's going to happen is the 2 sides will keep the heat reflecting in, and then of course the stone in the back will reflect the heat back inside towards me. Now this open side right here, I would extend out, close that in, close this in a little bit more, and then put leaf litter all the way around, as well as have construction grade trash bags, you know, in case of rain. So if you're ever out in the woods, there's always shelter, and if you know what to look for, and you have the means, you have the equipment, you can survive. Now if you get caught without it, you can still do it, just be a little bit harder. So again, my recommendation to everybody is get out there and practice. If you have a family, take them with you, have them practice with you. Have them practice on their own. This way your body builds muscle memory, it's good exercise, and if and when the situation should ever arise, you're more than prepared. And I know I keep plugging them, but I can't say enough about, you know, positive energy emergency preparedness. Now the things that you can get from them, you can get it pre-packaged with, you know, X amount of items for one person, 2 people, or you can have custom bags and medical bags made for your specific needs. The only thing they don't do, obviously, is prescription narcotics, things like that, firearms, ammunition. I know they do sell some knives, I know machete, but then you have to be 18 or older to purchase them. So this right here, it would make a good turkey blind, it'd make a good deer blind, and I mean, it's just, I would have a host of shots that I could take, and I can hold my own when it comes to hunting. But also another thing is, I could set out snares and then come back and, you know, post up and try and hunt other game, as well as hope to catch something in my snares, squirrels, rabbits, you know, things of that nature. So, and this is just long enough for me to get my body in here lengthwise, and that's all it really needs to be. It doesn't need to be brand big, you know, grandiose and all that, because the last thing you want to do is draw attention if it's, you know, one of those situations where you're trying to avoid detection. So there's a little bit more bushcraft, and again, the ground is comfortable because of leaf litter. I can go over, there's a big stand of pines, take some pine balls and, you know, put them down, or if it was winter time, lace them around, you know, my shelter, and then, you know, put on some, you know, deadfall leaves. And again, I have the emergency thermal blankets, which I could line the inside, which would further enhance heat. So there's another bushcraft and life hack for survival if you should ever need it. So to all my friends and followers on YouTube, you know, God bless and good luck.